is Shauna, and welcome to Shauna's World. Yay! How's everybody doing today? Well, I am just fine. I am back in Germany, and it's so weird. I tell you guys, I'm having the hardest time to adjust again. Taking off my makeup from the day before. Today I slept in. Oh my goodness, I slept in. So weird because, um, yes, I've been on vacation for 6 weeks, but I don't know if any of you all have kids. Kids can sometimes be a little exhausting, so I feel like I am taking a vacation from the vacation from the vacation. Yes. So, however, I am back. And yes, I stayed in the bed up until 11. Yes, I did. And definitely no shame in my game. I need my sleep. So, however, I am back and adjusting to things. And yeah, I mean, we have extraordinary weather over here in Germany. Yay! Although the forecast had predicted it was going to rain, but it's nice, it's pleasant, it's not too hot. Normally at this time of the year it's like super hot, but now it's just right, I think. Um what do we have? Like 24, 25 Celsius. So I don't know. I think that's like 80 degrees, I believe. Um One second. Gotta do my makeup. One second. Okay, yes. So yeah, it's like yeah, it's weird being back, it's just like the adjustment, the way of living, you come, you know how it is if you never lived in the city. People are hectic and always in a rush to go to nowhere. I always say that, always in a rush to go to nowhere. That's the cool thing about being um, on the island, Um, People are different. They're a lot more settled. They're not so stressed out. I mean, don't get me wrong. You still have people who make a big deal about nothing, and sometimes some of the roads there are one lane, and so you have a lot of people who overtake you because they're in a rush. I mean, heck, I've done it too before, but all right, if somebody's driving 60, um, and it's a 90 zone, it's like, okay, let me overtake this person. I mean, I'm chill, but I'm not that chilled. But however, yes, I am back, or we are back, and yeah, we're adjusting to things. And so yeah, it's nice to be back. um Sunday we went on a really nice boat trip, walked around, um and yeah, it's funny because when the sun is out over here, people do tend to be in a somewhat better mood. But that just shows the sun really has an effect on people. The weather has an effect on people, and if you're living in an area where the weather's nice, the people are a lot more, most of the time, friendlier and smiling. Whereas here in the north, people tend to be rude and just cold acting. But yeah, so getting back and adjusting to things. So, what can I say about the trip? No, it was a nice trip, nice experience. Um, Flying back, we flew back. Um, we were supposed to fly back with Lufthansa's daughter company, which is Oriole Wings, which is who we flew over with, and the service was really good. I mean, flying business is always a good thing, guys. And business is not so expensive like, one would think. You would think, oh, business class is super expensive. But over here, it's not that expensive. Okay, when you take long distance trips, yeah, you can pay up in the thousands. But I mean, to pay a few hundred euro just to have that, you know, I think it's nice when you have that seat next to you free, the service, you get food, and all the drinks you want to drink. So, I mean, it's worth it, you know, really. It's worth that few extra €100 if you have it, if you have the possibility. Um, that's a good way to spoil yourself. It's a nice comfort. Um, you have the possibility to um, take extra suitcases. You know, okay, extra two suitcases, meaning you can take 2 suitcases and they can be as heavy. They can be very heavy. So if you know, you got other people with you, then, you know, they can take some suitcases and you can really stock up on things. But I try not to overdo it because I have no space for all that mess. So it can be getting too much. But however, so we flew back this time. Instead of flying back with Euro Wings, we flew back with Finnair line, and oh wow, that was really a nice, pleasant experience. Nice. I mean, it was really cool to see. Instead of having stewardess, we had a steward. We had 2 steward guys, and they were so cool. Really nice guys. I mean, just it's nice to see guys as stewardess or steward. I don't know. It was a nice experience. Nice flight, clean, and the food was absolutely delicious. I was smiling from ear to ear because you guys know I'm vegan, so it was so nice to know that for the first time I received a meal and pretty much everything on there was plant-based or was vegan-like, and it was delicious. We had something like a chickpea dish with a little bit quinoa, I believe, and the sauce, and okay, bread, and what else was there? I took a picture. I have to go through and jog my memory, but however, I was able to eat pretty much everything. I did have a little, they had like a little chocolate mousse up there, so I did take a few dibs and dabs. I had to test it out, but okay, I mean, I'm vegan, but I'm not that extreme. But however, I do cheat from time to time, but I don't eat meat. I do not eat meat, guys. I have not eaten meat in years. Can y'all believe that? Years. And I do not miss it, not at all. So, and I feel stronger than ever, although sometimes I be thinking, man, oh man, am I breaking down for like one leg? My knee was messed up, you know, from probably doing too much tennis or made a wrong move, and then my other leg, and then my arm. And I'm not even doing excess exercise, so I don't know what that is. I do take vitamins, so I don't know. I have to get that checked out. But however, in general, I feel good. I mean, I don't feel weak. You know, like most people assume if you're not eating meat, then, you know, you're missing a certain element in your, or a certain vitamin. What does meat provide? Potassium? I don't know, guys, help me out. However, they say that you need to eat meat in order to feel alive or still be alive, or to give you that strength or energy. But I disagree. I mean, if you think about it, some of the most strongest animals in the world, they are all plant eaters and not meat eaters. So yes, so that was a really good. Yeah, I was happy. I was so happy. The first airline, the first. I mean, because most of the airlines have been on traveling business. Most of them, I mean, unless you specially request it, there's really no choice. I mean, they might offer, okay, noodles and, or, you know, a spaghetti or a lasagna dish. Oh, not lasagna. What do they have? What's typical? Something like a meat stew or whatever. You know, that's usually the choices. But nobody had a choice. Everybody had to eat something veggie like. So that was really cool. And yeah, in the flight, they were so on time. And even we got there a half an hour early. So wow, if you guys get a chance, Finland Air is a very good airline. I can highly recommend it, and I would fly them again. I mean, very professional. And you wouldn't think, because Finland is such a small little land, and it's like, but Finland's got they got it going on. They got a good school system, good social system. I knew this Finnish lady, and she was so sweet. And yeah, their education is supposed to be number one. They're supposed to be number one on the list for education for kids. So uh, they have a good way of preparing their children for school. I believe the kids start school quite late. They let them play out, which means they do it in a playful way. There's not that pressure of, okay, you got to get one or A, or, they give the children time to develop, which I think is awesome. You know, the schools over here, it's like, they try to cram everything into a year and really put a lot of pressure on the kids. And so therefore, yeah, kids already start to grow up with this pressure. I got to be the best. I mean, unless you send your kid to a Montessori school, which is, of course, they have a different way of educating their kids. But however, Finland is very known for having a good educational system and social system. They take very good care of their people, as well as Denmark as well. Also, very good social system. I mean, the taxes are high, but at the moment, everywhere the taxes are high. So, yeah. So, way to go, Finland Air. I hope to fly you guys again. And what else has been going on? Yeah, the last 2 days we went to the movies. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my, if you have not heard of the movie called The Beast. Now, I know here in Europe, we sometimes tend to get movies a lot later than you all. These tend to start here later. I'm not sure if The Beast has started over there with Idris Albers, or what's that guy's name? Mr. Cutie with the British accent. What's his name? Oh gosh, I like that actor. He's so hot. Idris. There's The Beast. Oh, it's called Beast. Yeah, Idris Elba. That's his name. Idris Elba. He looked totally different, by the way. Tell he put on some years, but I mean, heck, who hasn't, man? I just noticed my double chin is back. Ooh. And I tried these tape things, and they're horrible. I'm going to show you guys. I did one time a short video, and it was a hot mess. I tried to get them to work, but they did not work. What did I do with that? I'm sure I'll find it. But however, yes, I went to see The Beast. Oh, here are these guys right here. Face lifting strips. No go. Instead, I did it the old way. I did some contouring. I'll show you all in a second how I do my little contour. But yes, that movie was so good. If you guys get a chance, Beast it's called. And Idris is basically a single dad. He lost his wife to cancer, and he takes his two daughters to Africa, which is where his deceased wife was from, and some little town in Africa. I didn't quite gather which town. Now, mind you guys, we're in Spain, so we saw the movie in Spanish. So I understood probably like 60-70% of the movie, and my kids, they didn't understand none. So I tried to translate it as best as I could. So there are probably um, a few missing missing points in the movie that I didn't quite get, but I did understand the fact that he had lost his wife, and so basically he wanted to show the daughters where she grew up, in the town she grew up in, and of course his best friend was living over there. Now the movie starts off with poachers, and basically the poachers, they go off and they kill off these poor lions, or I don't know, what do they call the female cats? I'm not sure. However, so yeah, they killed off these lions, and which is really sad. I don't like that. It's so sad. Uh, so apparently these guys are the bad guys, and so yeah, yeah, and then it goes on that they show you how Idris is arriving there with his two daughters, and really smart, beautiful girls, and so they go visit his best friend, or I guess his best friend or a good friend. And then they stay in his house, and of course Idris is telling them how, about his loss of his wife and how he feels, and da da da. And then the girls, of course, are amazed. And one of the daughters, she's taking pictures. I guess she's inspiring to be a photographer. And so, yeah, I mean, she takes these amazing pictures. I mean, they do a little safari trip. And then as they're doing the next day, by the way, I know I'm not the greatest storyteller, guys, so please forgive me. I try to tell it as best as I can, but I'm not going to tell you everything. So they're, the next day, yeah, the best friend, Idris, and the two daughters, they go for like a safari trip. Like I said, she's taking amazing pictures. And then out comes this guy, and he's like all ripped and torn apart, from an attack from an animal. And so, they, the Idris and his best friend jumped out. Of course, they want to figure out what's going on. No, I forgot the most important part. Yes, because this is going to be very important towards the end of the movie. Yes, but I can't tell y'all the goodie. I want to. You guys got to see the movie. Okay, as they're doing the safari trip, right? The guy, Idris's friend, goes over to this pack of lions. I mean, they're sitting up on their mountain. They're like a big old lion family. And then, he just walks up, first of all, there's a guy behind him. He's got a shotgun. He's got his, I guess the guy who's watching his back. And the friend goes up to the lions and he's like, come to me or whatever. And then out comes these two big lion cats, and they're jumping on him like they're like his buddies. And apparently, I guess he trained them or worked with them since they were cubs, and they're like licking on them and kind of throw them away, very playful. I'm like, oh heck no, come on guys, these are wild animals. There's no way in heck. I mean, the lion is huge, but however, these two big massive lions, they're just loving it on this guy. And so, and then, Idris and his daughter looking like, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy. Like, it's the same thing I would be thinking. The guy's there with his little shotgun. Like, that's going to do something with that big old lion family. But however, these lions are really sweet, and they recognize him. And so then, of course, and he goes back and he talks to them, and then, yeah, and I guess he tells them a story about the cubs or lions or whatever. Like I said, I didn't understand everything. I'm going to I would love to rewatch that movie, and I would like to watch in the movie theaters. Guys, if you get a chance, watch in the movie theaters, because it is amazing. It really is. I mean, so however, they carry on. Well, I'm not sure if they go into the next day. I'm not sure anymore. But however, they are on their safari trip. I guess it's that same day. Yeah, they're on a safari trip still. And then, like I said, out comes this guy. One of the No. Yes, that's what it was. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I had to recall what happened. Yes. So they decide to go to the village where the actual village and the place where the Idris wife grew up, and they go into this village or a schooling area, and then they first of all they notice that everybody's dead. They've been attacked, and I mean they're just, I mean everybody, whatever's ripped out or whatever. So it's like a whole, like a little village. I guess like 10 people and they're dead. And so they're like trying to figure out, okay, how did this happen? Of course, the daughters, they, tell the daughters to stay out. And one of the little girls happens to be roaming around, and then she discovers, this a body of a dead person who had been ripped to pieces or whatever. And so, she's petrified. And so, they're like, okay, stay in the, car, and so of course they want to find out, which animal did this. And so yeah, and then they're driving, and then yeah, and out comes this guy who's half ripped apart, half dead, and then he goes explaining that he's been attacked by a lion. And so this guy who works with lions, Idris' best friend who works with lions, is like, oh my gosh, this can't be the guy, my lions. This must be another lion. That's what I'm suing. I mean, like I said, I didn't understand everything. So he goes out looking for this lion with his little rifle or shotgun or whatever he's got. And I'm thinking, what the heck is he going to do? And he's going on some wild goose chase, like, because he wants to hunt down this lion and figure it out. Leaving his best friend and the two daughters with this guy who's almost half dead. And so, of course, Idris wants to save the guy, which is very human-like. And then, so he's instructing his daughter, okay, pull out the kit, so we can save this guy. And so, of course, the guy is pretty much dead. And so he's like giving him, what do you call it? He's trying to resuscitate him and, bring him back to life because the guy is dead. And so he's freaking out, got blood everywhere. And then you hear this, and then shot. And then, he's really freaking, and he's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? He must have discovered the lion, and you were kind of left to think, okay, the lion obviously got this guy. And so Idris is like, okay, girls, stay in the car. I'm going to go try to look for him. I mean, mind you, I don't know if he had a little shotgun. I don't know what he had, or a knife. Like that was going to bring something for a big old lion. And so he goes out looking for the lion and leaves his two daughters there helpless with nothing. I mean, it was, in that aspect, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was a little bit annoyed because I'm like, how could you leave your daughters? I mean, if anything, get out of there. I mean, nothing against a friend or nothing, but I mean, you got two other lives, what are you going to do against a lion? You need a crew or something. Expert, something, you don't go and look for the lion too, especially if you got a little pocket knife or whatever. So however, he goes to look for this lion, and then out comes this big old massive ugly looking Lion King lion. And oh my gosh, the jump scares in this movie is ridiculous, guys. This movie's gonna have you screaming. I mean, oh my gosh, that movie, it's really good. If you like to be scared and just like on edge, this is definitely the movie because the scenes there, I mean, this lion's head popping out, and this lion was aggressive. However, Idris happens to outrun the lion, and he's running back into the car, and then you wouldn't think that this lion was like, he was out for revenge. He's sitting in the car. I mean, Idris made it back to the car with his daughters, and he's telling them not to panic, and we got to go and find our friend and find out what happened. And then as he was talking to him, And then all of a sudden, here come the lion, boom, and then jumps up on I mean, just like aggressive. You're like, ah, and then, he's trying to get in. I mean, really aggressive. I'm like, what is up with this lion? I mean, crazy. It's like, this lion was mad. I don't know if he was out for revenge. I have no idea, but oh, it was so wicked. And then, the lion's trying to get in, and of course, and then one of the windows was still halfway down. I'm like, oh my gosh, roll the window up, and then they thought, okay, the lion went away. And as he's talking to him, and then the lion comes again at the window, and it just took you by surprise. And of course, you know how it is when you go to the movie theater. It's super loud. It's super loud, okay? So it makes you even more like experience the experience. I mean, you really felt the fear. I felt the fear because I was scared. My kids we were all in there screaming. Luckily, we saw the movie quite late. I mean, the movie started like around 10 in the evening. The movie's like an hour and a half. So we didn't get out of movie theaters until like midnight. But I'm telling you that the movie, we were on edge the whole time. This lion was too much, and it was creepy. It was really creepy. It was a good movie, but I mean, at one point, I mean, you're gonna be like, Idris, what are you doing? Why are you, you know? However, his friend does somewhat survive, and then tries to contact the family through walkie-talkie. And so he's telling them, okay, I've been hurt, I've been injured, the lion got to me. And so the daughter, one of the oldest daughter, the photographer daughter, happens to run out, and she wants to go save this guy. And I'm thinking, what is she doing? Everybody's crazy. I just don't get it, I'm not a bad person, guys, but I don't know if it's my friend and I got my two kids with me. I'm sorry. I'm going to put my kids first, guys. I'm not a bad person, but, he's injured. He's obviously out there baiting. He's almost half dead. And I'm going to put my kids first, if I was injured. So, but however, the daughter decides she wants to go play Superwoman. And so she goes and she tries to find the best friend, and of course he's injured, and she finds him, and so they're commuting over the walkie-talkie, and she's telling them where they're located, and somehow she manages to help him get back to the truck, and then they drive off. They drive off to this town, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. Guys, you must see this movie. It is good. It's called The Beast. Just got released over here in Germany, at least. I'm not sure if it's out in the States. I'm sure it is. I don't know how long it's been out, but if you get a chance, watch this movie because it is good. It's very good. So, yeah, we went to the movie. I mean, it's like a tradition when we're in Fuerteventura. Usually the last week, we always go see a movie. And it's either in Spanish or in English. And we're just that bold that we'll go and watch a movie in Spanish. And I think it's good for the kids because then they have access to hearing the Spanish language. And hopefully one day they'll be inspired to really learn it. I mean, I feel ashamed because I've been learning Spanish since 2009. And I would say my Spanish is... But I don't know. I get into it, and then I like watch shows, and I mean, I can differentiate the different accents in Spanish. I mean, I'm not really, really good, but I definitely know Spanish from Spain, from a Latino Spanish. The accent is definitely different. Spanish talk extremely fast. And those who come from Latin America, they talk slow, and the Spanish is a lot clearer. So, of course, when I'm talking to somebody who is from Latin America, it's a lot easier to understand them. Whereas with the Spaniards, it's quite difficult, but they're still sweet with their little accent. But yeah, so when we watch a movie, we, really try to, we watch it in either Spanish or English. And then, like I said, I try to translate as much as I can. And I mean, the whole experience, I don't know if you guys like to go to movie theaters, but I like the whole experience of going to the movies and eating the popcorn and just being in a big movie theater. When I was younger, I used to always go to the movie theaters. Oh my goodness, I was always hitting the matinees. Back in the days, they used to have like double, triple features, which meant that you go on a Saturday and you can like watch three movies for like $5 or $6 or however much it was back then. So like during the times when my mother wasn't able to get a babysitter for me, she used to take me with her to work, and then I would just be in the matinee the whole day watching movies. So yeah, I kind of grew up in a movie theater. So yeah, I really like that experience of being in a movie theater. So I'm happy that I'm able to make that experience and share with the kids, because they love also going to the movie theaters, and they usually have the best popcorn. Although this time, and in this time around, the popcorn was a bit stale, but I'm assuming it's because it was so late. I mean, normally we don't go to the movies so late. We usually try to get an earlier showing, but on that day we had a very busy day. We had tennis, and then after tennis, the kids wanted to go to Burger King, and so we went to Burger King, and usually it's an hour away from where we live, so it was just too much. One second, I got a phone call. Okay, so I'm back. Got a call there, but however, so where was I? Oh, I hate that. I don't know. I lost the train of thought. Sorry, guys. Anyway, yeah, so what was I talking about? I know I was talking about the movie, and yeah, the movie's really good. So yeah, like I said, check out the movie. And oh man, what was I talking about? I feel like rewind it back and see what I was talking about. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sure it's gonna come back later. However, yes, I am back and getting into nick of things, and oh, okay. Yeah, doing my makeup, and I'm definitely gonna start doing my fitness again. Got to. I've been naughty. I eat so good. Oh, I ate some really delicious foods and dug into some nice desserts. But I wasn't bad though. I was not bad. I was not pigging out, but I definitely know that I picked up something here, a little bit here, and here. I mean, I'm really getting a double chin, guys. I mean, maybe it's not too obvious, but I see it. Never had that before. However, it really changes the structure of my face. Oh, it is what it is. But now I am into contouring, guys. So if you haven't done that, this does wonders. It really does. Thank goodness for makeup. Ooh. Yes, so, however, excuse me. Um, yes, I ate really good, and I did no fitness, and that's because, like I said, my leg or my knee, I mean, it was, I don't know, I did I don't know, I did a move, and my knee was messed up, so I had to wrap my knee up for the first week or two. So no tennis. I mean, I played zero tennis, guys. Zero tennis. Oh, hot. Oh, these guys are so great. If you get one of these, they are lifesavers. It's hot now. However, yes, I'm gonna start back fitness. I got my fitness top on, but I'm not gonna do no fitness today. Like I said, I took my time with getting out of the bed. What time is it? Oh, it's 12. I better hurry up. Pretty soon I have to go take my daughter to tennis. I wanted to say tennis. Yeah, so I will be getting back and approaching the gym. I know they're gonna be like, "Where were you?" So I'm looking forward to getting back to the journey of losing weight. And this time, guys, I'm going to start all over again. So I know I was at journey day of 56, 57. No, we got to start from the beginning. Because it's not fair to pick up from there because I did nothing. I didn't really take care of course I was watching what I ate, but in general, if I felt like eating some chips, then I ate some chips. And if I wanted to have a piece of the cake, I ate a piece of cake. So, I mean, I did the things what I usually do on vacation. Now, mind you guys, if that would have been me like 20, 30 years ago, I was super strict and super extreme. But like I said, I totally admit that I definitely had an eating disorder because I really didn't want to eat anything that had any calories. I mean, I was super thin. But I had mentioned before, as you get older, to be super thin is not cute. It's not cute at all. I don't care what nobody says. There are some people who still look good and they can be thin and nothing hangs. But as you get older, you know, gravity does start to approach you, and so you want to have things sitting up. You want to have things a little bit tighter and maybe a little bit fuller. So it's not too smart to get too skinny because things start to hang, they start to shrivel up, and it just doesn't look nice. So therefore, I'm happy to have some type of weight on me because it does add some youth. I think to be too skinny, it really makes you look old, and you know, I don't want that. I don't want to be too skinny. I looked at some of my pictures from 2, 3 years ago when I was super skinny because I got skinny again, and I was thin, and I saw it in my face. I was super thin. I had no pole. I mean, I was too thin. I mean, it was cute to have that cute skinny body and get in a size 36, or what would that be in US? I think that would be like a size 3. I think it was a size 3. However, it was not attractive. I didn't think it was attractive. I looked at some of those pictures and I was repulsed because I was too thin. And I really did see it. I didn't see it in a daily, but when I looked at the pictures, I saw, oh my gosh, I was thin. My face was looking a little bit saggy, you know. I didn't have a double chin, but it just didn't look nice. So I definitely want to have some type of fullness, but I don't want to have it too full that I'm getting a double chin either. So, however, yeah, it's good to be back, and yeah, I'm gonna get back into the gym and I'm working on some projects. So I want to get that started and going on, and I really want to enhance my YouTube experience. I'm sitting on this camera. I'm not going to pull it out. I've pulled it out before, and I still have not dared to use it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I keep refusing to use my Sony camera. I have a vlogging camera, guys, but somehow I've refused to use it. I'm too scared. I don't know why. I need to use it. I'm weird like that sometimes. It takes me time to sometimes change over. I mean, technology. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's just so much easier, it's so comfortable to be able to film over my phone and then, use my app to do the editing, add the music, and then upload it. It's easy. Whereas with the vlogging camera, I'm gonna have to do it, transfer the data to my computer, and it's gonna be a lot more. I don't think it's gonna be complicated, but I guess it's just a lot more work and detailed, and I'm just a little bit scared, I guess, and just, yeah, change. Sometimes change is, I can change easily, but with certain things I can't change. And technology, I'm scared of it. I don't know how it is for you all, but I'm scared of it. I mean, I've got an expensive phone, and I'm sure I don't know half the features. I mean, the same with anything that I have electronic wise. I don't take the time to try to figure it out, all the different features it offers. That goes with cars and everything. And I would like to change that, because I think you would experience much more of an experience if you know how to use all the features of that electronic device, whether it be the car, the phone, or whatever, what have you. I'm curious to know if you guys also are like that or have made that experience. I'm sure a lot of people are. I guess that's the disadvantage. Everything comes easy, but then, only a special person really takes the time out to really learn the features. And I guess that's the cool thing about the new generation, my kids' generation, because they're all growing up with computerized and computer this, and they're going to be expert. My son knows everything. I mean, he shows me all the features, what all I can do on the phone. My daughter also. It's just amazing the stuff that they can do. So yes, I definitely want to enhance that. Yeah, and overall, I'm back and ready to roll. So guys, let me finish doing my makeup, and yeah, thanks for joining me. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Ding, 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 ding. And thank you for subscribing, for all those who subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I would be so happy. Yeah. And if you want to know when I'm uploading a video, you got to turn on that notification bell, and it'll give you a ping, or let you know when I upload a new video. So guys, I'm gonna carry on, and yeah, finish doing my makeup, and yeah. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, don't know where I'm gonna carry on with my makeup. I know the video is long, and I do apologize, but it's been some time. So, okay guys, see you in a bit, and don't go nowhere.
Pitch over just like that.